So it is Sunday night, and guess what time it is? It is time for Learning with Lynn. So I am Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. So I want to welcome you all out tonight, and excited to have you here. Today we are going to talk about errand marketing to grow your Avon business. So hi Tracy, good to see you. You're live. So let me move some things around here, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, perfect. So you should be able to see my screen now. And so if you're here, be sure to say hi, and welcome to Tracy. Hi, Anitra. Good to see you. So today we're going to talk about errand marketing. So it's down here. It just happens to be on the front screen. Errand marketing to grow your Avon business. So we are in, by the way, we are in my online beauty biz blog, and it's just onlinebeautybiz.com. And on the right-hand side, there's a search. You can pretty much search for anything you want. There's also categories, like on follow-up, fundraising, general. So if you need to learn anything, you can usually find it here. So today, though, we want to talk about errand marketing. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you. Yeah, you're here at the beginning. So yeah, Avon just had a live that I missed because I was scrambling to get ready for this. For those of us who were supposed to be in Jamaica, we would have been landing today in Jamaica. And so it's really sweet, but Avon did a live on the Avon USA representatives page just about an hour ago, I think, basically having a drink with us and celebrating us, even though we couldn't be in Jamaica. And so, Rick, you'll want to watch that on Avon USA Representatives web Facebook page. As soon as I'm off this live, that's where I will be. But I'm excited. I think that's really sweet of them. I mean, it's so sad. We're supposed to be Rick and Tina, and there's probably even people on this call. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. There's probably people on this call, too, that are supposed to be in Jamaica right now. And I know a lot of you probably already have other kinds of plans, travel plans that this COVID-19 is destroying. So it's sad. It's sad. But so when I get off this call, I'll be going to the Avon USA page to watch that with Steve Blossom and I think the regional VPs and Michael Senstack. Anyway, I'll be checking that out. So Anitra says, I caught some of it even though I wasn't going. Yeah, well, they made it available for everybody. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Looks like we have a lot of people on. So we're going to talk about errand marketing. So, the cool thing about Avon is that you literally can do this as you go about your day, right? And I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, and things are starting to loosen up. And it looked like last I saw a video on YouTube this morning from, I don't know, CNN or something that said, like 48 states are open, and Utah's one of them. You might live in a state that's also open, I don't know, or that will be opening soon. I know that Utah's kind of opening little by little, but they're pretty close to being all the way open now. So we can just use errand marketing to grow our business, right? So as you're on the go, while you're out and about running errands, going to the doctor, shopping, and living your life, you literally, seriously can build your business at the same time. So you don't need a lot of extra time to build your business. One of the biggest perks about errand marketing is that it costs very little, and it typically doesn't take a whole lot more time because you're already there and you're doing what you're already doing. Denise, Denise, I already said, no, yeah, Denise said she watched it. Awesome. Rick, you watched it already too? Gosh, you guys, I'm way behind. I need to watch it.
We've been busier.
Yeah, we've been scrambling. So anyway, so errand marketing, it's more personal than other methods. It allows you to show potential customers who you are and your enthusiasm for the product. And the big thing about it is to be friendly and helpful and fun, and just let people see who the real you is. Be authentically you, right? So there's many methods to help you share your business, when you're on the town. And so I have a couple of ideas here. One thing, don't make my mistake. I mean, when we first started with Avon, hey, and I'm guilty of it sometimes now, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm an introvert and I am pretty focused. I'm also a Taurus, and I'm also an A personality, so I'm pretty focused. And so I go to the store and I have that in my mind that I'm just going to the store. So unless I'm going out specifically to work my business, I have to be in that mindset. So I have to tell myself, you're going to be working your business. You're going to be talking to people because otherwise I don't talk to people. Then I go to the check stand. They go, that'll be $3.95. And I'm like, handing in my credit card. And I pretty much don't say anything. Richard, of course, he's just blah, 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 blah. He has a whole conversation with the checker. So the two of us work together pretty well because he's having a conversation with the checker, which then that reminds me to hand him a book. and so we do that. But I mean, one time when I first got started, I was out shopping. I had just pulled in the parking lot and stepped out of my car, and someone had noticed I had a decal on the back window that said Avon. And she said she'd been wanting to try the product for a while, and did I have any samples? And I'm like, samples? I didn't have anything with me. I didn't have books with me. I didn't have samples. I didn't even think to carry them, right? Unless I was actually working my business. And I didn't even have business cards or anything. So I wrote down my number on a piece of paper. That was my first mistake. Or actually my first mistake was not being prepared, not having stuff with me. But also, I don't want you to write your name on a piece of paper and hand it to somebody. I want you to get their name and number. If I'd have gotten her name and number, I could have followed up with her. But I handed my name on a piece of paper, and she never called. Right. So that was a lesson for me. I couldn't believe I put myself in that position, potentially losing a sale or maybe even getting a valuable team member. And it would have been so easy to have been prepared, right, with a car kit, which I'm going to talk about. And she would have had everything she needed to try the product and get in touch with me when she was ready to order. And so we're going to talk more about that. But, come back to that. Let me see. Rick hasn't watched it yet. And Anitra says, I'm behind in more ways than one. Oh, yeah. Well, join the club. Join the club. My daughter was here all week, and she lives in a van, and she travels around, and she literally lives in a van by the river all over. She, was in southern Utah. She was in California. She was in New Mexico and Arizona. And she lives in her van. That's what she loves. That's her dream life. And she actually has a job that allows her to do that. And so she makes money and lives her lifestyle. So how cool is that? I guess in a way I taught her that because I'm living my lifestyle, right, with Avon. But she didn't want to do Avon. So she's living her life. But she's been here all week. And that totally has messed up my schedule, because she's self-sufficient, obviously, and she had to do some work on her own.
But you want to visit. So.
But you want to visit, you don't want to ignore her. And I'm like, I got to get these things done. Hi, I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for being here. Ginon Mac eBay. Shout out. So thank you for being here. Welcome. So anyway, as you're going out and about, especially, as you're doing errand marketing, and especially if you have decals on your car, you want to look the part, right? So and back then I had a decal, but now I have this. This is what my car looks like now. And so I stand out, and so we can't have road rage because someone would know who we are, or they could get even with us, right? We can't have road rage. But also, if I'm like wearing sweats or something, people will know who I am, right? Because I'm the Avon lady, and I'm promoting myself as Avon lady with my car, so I have to be very careful. But you want to look sharp and you want to sparkle. So you might think that you're just out running errands, but you're also representing your business. So when you hand out your business card or often offer a brochure or Avon catalog, you want to be seen as a professional business person, right? So you don't want to be in messy hair, t-shirt with food all down it and sweatpants, right? You don't have to dress up. Anitra says, I have cards in my wallet. No car for me. Yeah, Anitra, I know you don't drive. You better not drive. But you don't have to be all dressed up. You don't have to be in a suit or anything like that. But you just want to at least look like a decent, clean human being, right? Just real, but nice, right? So you want to have, make sure your hair looks nice, and that if you wear makeup, add some color to your face. You don't necessarily have to wear makeup if that's not normal for you, but just try to be put together a little bit, just so you look at least decent, right? And so You also want to pay even more attention, though, to the attitude that you're conveying when you're in public. So people gravitate towards positivity, right? I mean, sure, we've all had bad days, but if a potential customer or team member is seeing you snapping at your kids or at the cashier or looking grouchy, they're going to be a lot less likely to want to talk to you, right? So if you smile, give positive comments, even in a stressful situation, it's going to go a long ways to helping you seem more approachable. Positive people who radiate confidence and calm give people a reason to want to join them. So, so you want to see and be seen, right? So you're out and about, and there's lots of ways to engage when you're just out and about running your errands or doing whatever it is you're doing, and they're actually pretty easy. It's all just a matter of being yourself and sharing what you love with the people that you meet. But there's a couple of things that can help you stand out. So the first one is an Avon name tag. So I have one that I wear whenever I go out of the house. See it? It says Avon Lynn Huber. I actually don't have a link to this in this post. I should probably put one, because this is a company. It's plural, nametagsexpress.com. What's so cool about this one is that it has a magnet on the back, and it has the back, and the top part snaps out, and so you can create your own badge. You can print it on a printer, so you can change it out if you want to. So I love this because I can do whatever I want. I haven't changed it for a while. It still says Avon, the company for women. I suppose I should change that, but it's nametagsexpress.com, and I'll update this blog to add that in there. But also, I did put a link in here where you can get name badges. See, there's all kinds of name badges that you can get. And you can search Avon name badges in Google and find all kinds of things. But there's some cool ones, some nice ones. Or you can go to any office supply store. So like Staples or what's the places? Staples or my mind just went blank. Yeah. Office Depot or Office Max, any of those can make you a name tag, and even some trophy stores can make them. So get a name tag, because just even if you're just going out and you're running errands, I wear this whenever I leave the house. I used to be better at it than I am now, but of course I haven't left the house. Seriously, I haven't been out of the house in 8 weeks, I think, other than once or twice. But what happens is you have this name tag on, and people will ask you about it. People will, first off, if you're in a store, they think you work in the store, and they'll go, "Where's the peaches?" And you're like, "Oh, no, sorry, I don't work here." Because you have a name tag on, they automatically assume. But I've also had people come up to me, like standing in line at a checkout or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, you sell Avon?" And I say, "Yeah." And they'll say, "Do you have a brochure?" And just like that, they came to me. I didn't have to hit them up. So name tags are awesome things to have. And they're just great. There's a reason why it's such a tried and true method. It's because it works. So, I get stopped all the time. And so people will just naturally, especially if you're waiting in line and you're like trying to have some kind of conversation and you're like, small talk, someone might ask you about that. So if people who have an interest in your product or doing what you do will ask about it, right? And then be sure to give the person your business card and an Avon catalog, but also make sure you get their contact information. And so this is about getting contact information. And there's a link here for the Avon drawing forms. This is what I use. I know that Tina is on this call. And Tina has a little keychain that's on her purse that she got at Walmart, I believe, and she said it didn't cost very much. But it's a little notebook just about this big, just like 2 inches or 1.5 inches or something, and it's on a keychain. And she just pulls that off her purse and says, "Can I get your name and number so I can text you before I place my order?" And people are generally happy to give her the number if she says, "I'm going to text you," because they don't want you to call them. People don't like phones anymore. They don't want you to call them. They think you're going to sales call. But if they go, "Oh, you're just going to text me and let me know when the order goes in," okay, great, here it is. And the other thing is, and I say this all the time, but when you are getting their contact information, if you assume they're going to give it to you, and if you have no no fear about that, and you're not uptight about it, they will give it to you. If you just hand them the drawing slip or hand them the little notebook or whatever and say, can I get your name and number so I can just do a quick follow-up before my order goes in, or so I can text you before my order goes in, they'll just go, okay, and they'll start writing. Most of them won't even question it. If they do question it, generally it's because you have a fear and they pick up on that. And if they do, if they say, oh, is this you on the back? Then you can say, yeah, that's me on the back. Give me a call if you need anything. I mean, you don't have to push it. You know, we kind of go after the easy ones, right? We go after the ones who want it. Anitra says, I'm hunting down a backpack-style Avon bag. Oh, that's awesome. That's a good idea. So here's another thing now. It's in the bag. So speaking of Avon catalogs, you want to be sure to carry them with you. And something that I haven't done this recently, but I used to do it all the time, was I had a clear tote bag that I would carry the Avon brochures in. I actually used it as my purse. And so on the outside, you could see the brochures, and then people could see them. Again, like the name tag, they ask you, oh, do you sell Avon? Do you have a brochure? So here is a link to Amazon where they have different ones. Here's one that you could, this one, I actually used to have one exactly like this, except it was black. And you could put pictures. So I cut out pictures of Avon products and stuck it in there. And then I believe the other side, or at least the one I had, the other side, oh, this one isn't, but the one I had, the other side was clear, so you could put books in. But down below here, there's a lot of other ones too. You know, they have all different clear bags. So whatever gets you excited. There's some like backpacks, looks like, Anitra. Mm-hmm. So you might try Amazon, Google that. So the thing is that they can see it. They can see the books, right? They can see, and it's just another way to get them to notice you, and they'll reach out to you. I can't remember if I put this in here, but a lot of times what we'll do is if we go into the grocery store, we'll take like 6 brochures with us, and we'll open up the basket, you know, where the kid sits in the basket. We'll open that up and we'll stick the 6 brochures there. And then as you're walking around the store and you kind of walk up to someone, and a lot of times they'll look at those books, and then you can say, hey, would you like one? And if they do, then get their contact information, right? It's just all about just doing it, having the books with you as you're doing it. If you're going to the doctor, then you make sure you give books to the girls that are working in the front office. Doctor's office loves books. Generally, the girls that work in doctor's offices, they love books. So that's just another thing you can do, right? Your car kit. So we call these what were they? What do we call those? We put the samples, and we put this.
Oh, Spanish word. Like bombitas.
Bombitas, yeah. So we call them bombitas. We take a little bag and we put a sample, and we put a little flyer that has our website address on it, and we put a little flyer about recruiting and a couple of samples and our business card, and we call them bombitas, and I give those out a lot. And this is kind of similar to that. So this is something that you could have in your car. You could have like maybe in the back of your car, you could have a box or something that you can keep these in. And then what you do is you get like a little Ziploc baggie or whatever, and you put the Avon brochure, current Avon brochure, or a flyer with a link to your digital brochure, your business card, maybe a flyer about recruiting or something, a sample, or a coupon for a sample, and information about, about whatever you have to offer in case, or about your opportunity, in case they're interested in making some money too. And then you put them in a bag and you have them in your car, right? And so then if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I see you sell Avon, do you have a book? You can give one to them, and it has a sample in there. Or if they ask you for a sample, you can give them one of those, right? They're just like the bombitas, but you can hand these car kits out to people that you meet at the grocery store who are shopping. So you could put 6 of those in your basket instead of just 6 books, or servers at restaurants, put the tip inside the baggie so that they're going to pick it up because they want their money, right? Bank tellers, hairdressers, postal employees, anyone that you can get in a conversation with your business. Those are all good people. And car kits or bombitas, I have an article on this blog post on my blog about bombitas that you can look for. It's the same thing. They're a great marketing tool, and everyone likes to get something for free. They like having the cute little cellophane packages with something in it. everybody likes those things. They're like free gifts, right? And so then when they're at home and they have time to check it out, they may realize that they want to buy from you. They want to become a customer. So that's about errand marketing. And then I went in and my second post, I actually said in there at the bottom of this one, I said, come back in 2 days and we'll do more about how to go catalog crazy. So this one's about going catalog crazy to build your Avon business. And I really believe that our Avon brochures are like our most effective tool. I personally like to use the regular brochure, the physical brochure, because for a couple of reasons. You guys have all heard me say this before, but when you give somebody a brochure, they take it home. It might sit in their car for a while, I don't know, and then eventually it'll make it to their countertop, and then it might sit on their countertop for a while, and eventually it's going to make it either to the bathroom or to their bedroom, and they're literally going to be looking at that book at some point, either laying in bed or in the bathroom, and they're going to turn down pages, and they're going to go, wow, I want that, I want that. Whereas if you text them a brochure, and I'm not saying don't text them a brochure, I'm just saying preferably I prefer to give them a physical brochure. I also text brochure, so it depends on the situation. But if I were to text you a brochure, you might be in the store or something, and you might get the text, and you go, oh, Lynn sent me the latest brochure. I'll look at it later, because you're busy. You don't have time to look at it now. And there's nothing that's going to bring that back to your attention like it's sitting on the counter or sitting in the bathroom. And so there's a better chance that you, if you text them the brochure, that they won't actually look at it. Whereas a physical brochure, I just feel like it's more likely that they're going to eventually get around to it. But even if you give them if you text them a brochure, that's totally okay if you follow up. That's the key. Follow up. Like 2 days before the campaign ends, or actually on Thursday before the campaign ends. The new campaign starts the next Monday. So on the Thursday, no, I'm sorry, it starts on the next Tuesday. The new campaign starts on Tuesday. So the Thursday before, I'll send a text to my digital text list saying, hey, just a reminder, this campaign's going to end. If there's anything you wanted, you might want to check it out and check this product out. It's on sale or whatever, you know. So the key is make sure you do that reminder, so that even if you're getting that digital text in their hands, if you at least get it to them twice, they're going to be more likely to look at it. And Rick says catalogs are the best. And Denise says, yep, the catalogs work best for me. Oh, that didn't work very good. Yeah, so that's just in my mind, okay? But the one thing about catalogs is that you buy them, and actually, price-wise, they're reasonable. If you buy 100 of them, they're only 33 cents each. And you can't buy a one-page color copy for that. Nowhere. And this is a 200-page full color brochure. So it's really a value for the price, but it can also add up on your expenses. It could end up taking a big percentage of your commissions if you're not careful. And so I want you to make sure that you're really using them up. So like, okay, you're going to pass out the brochure this campaign, because that's the campaign we're in. We're in campaign 12 right now, and so we're going to pass out those brochures. But after campaign 12 is over, you might still have some brochures left. Don't just throw them away. Don't waste them. You can reuse those catalogs. You can still give them out. So basically, the way I work mine is I mail my brochures. You guys mostly know that. We use Campaign Mailer. We mail our brochures. And on my brochures that come from Campaign Mailer, I put the dates, the actual dates that book will be available online. Now, I order a campaign ahead because I order the first day of the new campaign. So basically, I'm ordering ahead, right? The campaign, like for instance, campaign 12 is online May 12th through May 25th, but my campaign 13 order is actually going in on May 27th, which is the Wednesday, the day after the campaign ends, basically. So I'm working a campaign ahead. So, but when I mail my brochures, I put the dates on it that it's effective online, because I want them to know if they go online and they don't find the right price, the reason is because it's not within those dates that I gave them, so that they don't have any expectations other than what's real, right? If they order from me, I can back order one campaign, so that doesn't matter. And they're still getting the books in the right campaign. You know, I'm still able to order for them. But I don't put, when I pass out books and I go around my errand marketing, or I'm doing what I'm doing during the day and I'm passing out books, I don't put dates on those. I don't, because for lots of reasons, but one is, the worst one is, or the most important one is, I don't want them to see that it's expired and they just throw it away. Because you know what? You can still get most of those products, and you can still get most of them for pretty close to the same price. So, especially since we can go back a campaign, you can usually get pretty close to the price. And even if I can't, I might take a loss on an order in order to get a new customer. But that's my choice. I'll make that decision at the time, right? I mean, if they give me $100 order and I'm having to lose some money on one item, I'm going to take that order and I'm just going to make it right. I'm just going to say, yeah, sure, I'll get it for you. And I take the loss. I'm not going to tell them, oh, it's not that price anymore, especially if they're a new customer and I gave them a book and out and about, right? So, but I don't put books, I don't put dates on them. So there's no reason you can't reuse those books. You can use outdated books. Even sometimes you can use really outdated books. I mean, I've seen people use books that, like, from Christmas, when we know most of those products aren't going to be available. But you could, if you're going to just toss them in a neighborhood, or I would, if they were that old, I would probably toss them. I would probably toss them in a neighborhood or put them on doorsteps. But I would put a lot of reps do, and I also would put a label on them saying, this brochure is expired. Most of these items are still available, but if you would like a new book, give me a call. And it's a way to get a new customer. So don't throw away any old books, no matter how old they are. You can use them. So there's so many places that you can use these books. I mean, again, as you're out and about, you're at an appointment or you're running errands, there's a whole list of things here. Doctors and dentists, orthodontist office, hospital waiting room, urgent care waiting room, the veterinarian, laundromat, dry cleaners, the mechanics, Jiffy Lube. Those people are sitting around waiting for their car to get done. A lot of them like looking at Avon brochures, right? Insurance office, temp agencies, college campus, library, daycare, hair salon, nail salon, tanning salon, tax preparation, ice cream parlor, bagel, donut, deli, bakery, flower shops, restaurants, retirement homes, senior center, bank tellers, shoe stores, kids resale shops, kids dance activity waiting rooms, pet stores, mortgage offices, computer stores, school offices, fabric stores, print stores, health food stores, park benches, bus stops. You have probably all heard the story about Tina. She drove into a bus stop one day because she was bound and determined she was going to get her 3 books out that day, and she knew she wasn't going to make it. So she saw some people at a bus stop and she pulled right in, and because the bus wasn't coming yet, and said, "Who wants a book?" So, hey, but you can leave them on a bus stop, bowling alleys, movie theaters, furniture stores, cable office, water and gas utilities, apartment leasing offices. There's all kinds of places. Now, I put in here, always ask permission before leaving a catalog. This is a courtesy that has a positive impact on your business reputation. I don't always ask for permission. A lot of times I ask for forgiveness. So I'm just being honest with you. You're going to probably do better if you get permission. But I mean, depending on what it is, if it was an apartment leasing office, I would ask. I mean, if it's like some small office, right, or something. But if I was just at Jiffy Lube, I would lay out a couple of books on the counter. I mean, on the table, like the coffee table in front of where people are waiting. I wouldn't ask. So it just depends on where it is. But worst thing that could happen is they could tell you that you can't leave it there, or they would throw it away, right? But it's just a way. It's just a way for you to get it out there. More ways to use them: office parties. So you could offer office parties for staff at various businesses around town. So stick an outdated catalog in the plastic bag along with a flyer that you've created offering the service with some samples. So you're using the outdated catalog in order to book the party, not necessarily for the party. But it's just a way for you to get to maybe book an office party in somebody's office with all the girls working there, right? You could offer a free small item or discount, for someone to place an order or book a party. So you could take an old brochure, you could create a sticker on your computer with a cute poem or message that offers customers a bonus for contacting you. You can use them as business cards. I actually use my brochures as business cards more often than not, because all of my contact information is on the back of the book, and it's for 33 cents. It's just an incredible value. And so I give out brochures. We literally, I mean, even though I'm using campaign mailer, we're still ordering like 400 brochures every campaign that we just use just to try to get new customers. So every regular brochure every regular customer gets a brochure through campaign mailer. Even if they live next door to me, they get it by campaign mailer. That way I know everybody got a book. So the 400 that I buy from Avon, those are just for me prospecting. So I use my catalogs like business cards all the time. And this is an idea I found. I've never actually tried it. I know that Tina, sorry to keep picking on you, Tina, but I know that Tina made, with brochures during the holidays, or no, during January, I think it was, we were doing a spirit booths. Tina took the books and she tore them apart and she made banners with them, like flags with them. But you can also use them to make bookmarks. You could cut them into strips and laminate them, put a ribbon through it, and make a cute bookmark. So those are ways that you could give them away at parties, stuff like that. So that's what I have for you guys today. That's all I have, really. Do you have anything you want to add?
Another way too, she didn't mention it, when you're going out and about to be noticed, Lynn happens to have like an Avon shirt on. I've got one here too, the Avon dude. If you're walking around and you're pretty obvious, there's something on your car, you have your car either wrapped or you have writing on it, you have your name badge on, you have shirt on that's logoed with Avon. That's a good way to draw attention to yourself without doing too much. The other thing which she mentioned about the bombitas, there's kind of two ways to do it. The bombitas are nice because they're small. They're usually something you can slip into your pocket, and it has a sample in it. People like that. But you can use the plastic bags that Avon has for the Avon brochures. A lot of people use those too, or some of the reps use those when they toss. That way it keeps the book all together when it's thrown out in the driveway.
The ones that he's talking about, the ones that hang on the doorknob.
Yeah,
the plastic doorknob bags.
But those are nice because you could even make some of those up if you're going to go out and about. And you have an Avon book in there, put some samples in and information, stuff like that. So those are nice to hand out. And they're not too big. They're still fairly small. They'll fit in. Most women have a purse with them, so they'll fit in the in their purse. So. But it's just always have something with you. That's the one thing we learned. Yeah, the first time when we first started, we were saying, "Oh shoot!" Especially now, I always have lots of Avon books in our car. So we're driving around. I always have the store. It's always stocked up with a current brochure ready to hand out. Because invariably, I'll go to the post office, or I'll be at the grocery store, and I'll get out of the car, and somebody say, "Oh, Avon. Yeah, would you like a brochure?"
Or we've had people, we stopped at a light, and someone will drive up beside us and honk, and they're like, "Can we have a brochure?" And so you have to literally open your door and hand them a brochure before the light changes.
Tossing out
we
the window.
People chasing us. So awesome.
But it makes it fun.
Awesome. So Tracy says, "Great stuff, guys." And Rick says, "The flag banner was awesome." Yeah, that's what it was. It was a banner that Tina made. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was really nice.
Yeah.
She took the pages out of a brochure and folded them. So, like those flags, when you have those flags that are like on a banner, and she made those and they looked really cool. And then she hung them along the table. Yeah,
it was like a decoration in front of the table.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Awesome. And they got some attention at the show that we did. So that's what we have. So, we are planning, we will be back here next Sunday, May 24th. That's not Memorial Day, is it?
No, it's the 25th. Memorial Day's on Monday.
Oh, well, it's a Memorial Day weekend. Oh, well. Well, we'll be back here next Sunday, same time, same place. If you can't be here live, you can watch the replay if you're going somewhere for Memorial Day weekend. Otherwise, thank you for being here. And get out there, work your business, and make some money.
Have fun with it. That's the main thing. If you're having fun with it, then other people, it really draws people to you. If you're kind of laid back and relaxed about it, and you just hand them a brochure, "Oh, hey, I've got a book. Here you go. Yeah, let me get your information," and they're really receptive to that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you in the meantime on Facebook.
Have a great week.